Funny story about this, right? We were at the Fellowship of St. Moses the Black Conference, Princeton, New Jersey. And I meet this guy. Next thing you know, he left all of his stuff. He came here. He said, "Father, have you ever had anything that you need done?" So he came here to visit. He was going to take the job. Now, I had been ordained a priest. He came here to visit. He was going to go back home and get things sorted out. Presbyterian, she says, "Bishop, you got to stay." He said, "Well, I don't even have my clothes." He said, "That's all right, 1 minute." She went back upstairs and all of my civilian clothes. So he's been here ever since, all right? So from the Fellowship of St. Moses, one of the blessings we received was Bishop Yorgis. And then Pani Kathy Behanich, who's our social worker here. So please, the floor is yours, Bishop.
All right, welcome everybody. We are the community support staff and community support manager. Pani Kathy is the emergency relief social worker coordinator. And what we do is as soon as people come in through the doors, we make sure that there's, as you all saw, the sanctuary area. It's a safe place for people. Make sure that provide them with coffee, hospitality, something to eat during the day. We always have noonday prayers, and we always have a meal following after that. We have a dinner, and we have lunches that we give out to people. So make sure that people are fed. And then we also have activities that we do. So there's always 2 activities during the day that help people to be able to share themselves and to be able to become more, able to share, and then in a way to be more resilient and so on. We also provide therapeutic interactions. So that is something that we do to make sure what we do is really try to, if somebody's in some type of trouble, we talk to them in a safe space, make sure that we're actively listening and we're putting away distractions, and that can lead people to healing. And we want to end it with some sort of healing support or referral. That's one of the things we do. And of course, here you can see there's the food and the clothing pantry. So people need, resources. This is, it's an area of a food desert around here. So, people come here when they need something. So make sure we provide that. And then we also have a backpack feeding program, which we feed about 1,000 children. This is mostly for public schools. So, that children in public schools, they get food in the schools, but during the weekend, they might not have something when they go home. So we make sure to have these a couple of meals per bag. 8 items actually go in a bag. And so at our peak, we were feeding close to 1,100 children in 18 schools, and that's between north and south side schools in Pittsburgh, and then also within the Hill District as well. Yes, those are some of our programs. And we also have emergency relief, which Pani Kathy leads that effort. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, well, I started here really as a volunteer and helping with emergency relief, and the program has kind of gone further than that now. So people call in and they need help. We help with emergency rent or utility relief, so they don't either get evicted or get a utility shut off. That's our hope. And then there's a lot of work with their budgets to look at their expenses and income and see what we can do with that. If we can advise them, there's a lot of referral and helping them with other needs as well. But that's a lot of what I do. And we also help with documents if they need an ID or a birth certificate, because they will need that for employment or housing. So that's a lot of what I do. There's a lot of also just the people coming in with problems, some emotional problems or psychosocial problems. They may just drop in, and then I might be involved with working with them. And I help also with the programming, with the activities. So running some groups around psychosocial issues and also a Bible study.
Which let me tell you something about this Bible study, because one of the things that really upsets me is that we are living in an anti-Christian age. And people are talking a lot about mindfulness and yoga. And of course, there's a Buddhist and a Hindu influence. And I'm going to tell you that we here know that it's prayer. We know that it's prayer. when we started doing this, we said, we said we're gonna have these therapeutic groups. We're gonna have workshops on some of this tomorrow, what some of this means. We're gonna have these therapeutic groups of all kind of different sorts, and I would look at the numbers, they would always show me the numbers. Do you know which group always had the largest attendance? The Bible study. Always had the largest attendance. And what I really appreciate is that Connie Cathy so brilliantly said, well, if this is where the largest attendance is, then what all the other sort of like, not all the other, but some of the kind of therapeutic support kind of strategies, we just need to incorporate them in the Bible study. Because this is where people are seeking that kind of healing. So I just really wanted to frame that and really, and for both Visrat and Connie Cathy for their extraordinary ministry. And we'll hear Connie Cathy is doing one of the workshops Saturday, tomorrow. So we're very, very grateful to them both. All right. Huh? Oh, yeah. If anybody wants water, on to the next